Good afternoon, everyone. David has lined this up very well. Brian and Phil have nicely set up the stage for me in terms of data explosion and the need for AI. So let me start by introducing myself by saying who I am not. I am not a chartered accountant nor a CPA, but who I am is I'm a data scientist, and I'm in particular AI scientist by training. So for the past 25 plus years, that's all. I lived and breathed data. I developed algorithms, machine learning techniques, deep learning algorithms to make sense out of the data that Brian and Phil had alluded to. So I used to be at IBM. That's where I spent my 20 plus years of my professional career. So the last role I held at IBM was the global CTO for AI for IBM Global Business Services. Before that, I was at research, which is where I built most of my scientific work. So there's quite a bit of information about me on the web. My publication, hundreds of publication books and patents and that I have done. And in 2015, I was appointed the IBM Fellow, which is the topmost preeminent technical honor in the company. I'm the first Indian woman in the globe to receive that recognition worldwide. So what I'm doing today. So after 20 plus years of professional career at IBM, last year I stepped out of IBM to start my own company, which is what is Amicus Brain, and that should be a hint, given I'm an AI scientist, and AI is sometimes flagged as detrimental and painting a dystopian universe. I wanted the AI I developed to be friendly, so it's Amicus Brain. It's about AI being a friendly companion to the aging population. So I will get into that. What I thought, David made sure that I'm not going to use any equations, which I tend to do in my scientific presentations. So it's going to be a set of vignettes of AI at work, really. So it's not just innovation. We are living in the AI era, and it's not going to be something in the future. It is happening today. It happened yesterday. It happened 5 years ago. So I wanted to walk you through some examples of AI that have transformed people's lives in an amazing manner. So, and through that is actually my story. My professional story is intertwined with those experiences, with those AI development that I had done. So the first one deals with, let me take you back to 2008, housing crisis. The world was crumbling, and the United States was facing the worst housing crisis since the Great Depression. And August 2010, the overall delinquency rate in the housing market, that means people who have not paid their mortgage payments at least 30 days, somewhere more than 30 days, somewhere 90 days, and so on. So this overall delinquency rate was highest at 11.1%. At that time, there were about 60 million active mortgages in the US market. So you can imagine how many millions of homeowners were at the risk of foreclosure, having their families, children evicted out of their homes, leaving their life behind in the community they were used to, and having to start again, carrying along with the stigma of having foreclosed. So that was a dire situation in 2010. And at IBM, we actually stepped into that crisis, started a new business to help the US homeowners tackle the foreclosure risk. And I moved out of IBM research to help the US homeowners come up with different solutions to help them through the crisis. So through the use of machine learning techniques, people talked about data. So we were helping 500,000 US homeowners on a daily basis. So I developed more than 15 plus analytical machine learning and AI techniques that would help the borrowers, that would inform the company when somebody is going to default, when somebody is going to be unable to make their monthly payment, and therefore provide the right kind of help, temporary or long-lasting, to avoid the foreclosure risk. So that means it was not quantitative data that stock market normally deals with, right? It's not about, so yes, we had a ton of data about payment history, what conditions where did exist at the time of their origination of data, what were their credit scores, all that data existed. But that was not enough because there was no emotional content in that data. It's all about data that happened, what they did, what they did not pay. But families were living there with deep affinity to their homes. So there's no way to use the quantitative data to figure that emotional story in what the right solution for a particular homeowner could be. They had deep ties into the community, maybe they need to be helped in the way that preserves their home ownership. Someone got way over their heads during the housing bubble, so maybe we need to help them by short sale and deed in lieu in order to help them out of the home to walk away with dignity. But that kind of content you don't normally find in the quantitative story, which means you need to be able to understand what they are saying when they call into the contact center. So that's where the AI comes in. So we developed algorithms that would analyze agent logs of what the customers were saying. When we make a call into the bank, our calls are typically recorded, and I developed algorithms to understand something called phonetic indexing, to understand what the customers were saying, what the homeowners were saying, what they were talking about their inability or their ability to pay. Using that, over a course of 32 months, we saved more than 3,364 US homeowners avoid foreclosure. That means over a course of 32 months, every month, we were saving about 100 people retain their homes or walk away with the dignity without the stigma of foreclosure. So that's really AI at work. So that's doing speech recognition, that's doing text analytics, going beyond the typical quantitative data analysis. So I was just fortunate to be in the right time, in the right place, in order to take my algorithms, my imagination to provide the right kind of help. So that is one great example of AI at work. So let me now walk you through what I had prepared. I always use this in my presentation. Richard Hamming was a great US mathematician who came up with some of the most important contributions to computer science. So he made a statement in one of the seminars he did. If you do not work on an important problem, it's unlikely you'll do important work. And this has been a undercurrent in everything I do. It informs the way I choose my problems. It informs the way I conduct my work. So you can imagine, therefore, the problem of solving the US home ownership foreclosure risk nicely ties into it. So now that I came out of IBM, where I'm focusing on is bringing AI to address the needs of the aging population. Oops, other way. So just to give you some statistics, hopefully you're able to see. So within another 11 years, we are in 2019, by 2013, we will have added another 18 million 65 years of older people to the US population. Between now and 2060, the aged population will double from nearly 46 to more than 98 million. So every day we are aging. So this is going to be only an increasing market as you can see. And many of them are diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. So the decline in fertility and the decline in mortality have actually compounded the problem. We are living longer. As we live longer, some of our faculties are also declining, and most notably memory. So every 65 seconds, in the just last minute I spoke, one American would have been diagnosed with dementia. So these are all neurodegenerative disorders, and there is no diagnostic test as yet. Whenever I speak to this problem, there's always heart-tugging stories I hear from the audience. Either someone right within their family or in their expanded family, there's someone who is going through this right now. So while clinical research is underway to come up with a good diagnostic test that would allow us to very rapidly diagnose the onset of this disease, and which will also help us to find a cure, people are still living longer with this disease. So my goal, therefore, is to bring AI technology, digital technology, to the help of the aging population, especially ones dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's. So I'm doing the other way. So the numbers are staggering. So So Amicus Brain is really an AI-first company. So think of Amicus Brain as building an AI platform that is building a digital family of solutions, one serving as a digital companion for the lonely and aged, and a trusted advisor, to help them figure out the right kind of elder care options, as well as a vigilant guard, because elderly abuse is on the rise as we speak. So that's what Amicus Brain is, mission and purpose in its existence. So it's a very fledgling young company, so it's about 4 months old. So we are developing our minimum viable products, and soon we'll be at the Alzheimer's conference, Global Alzheimer's conference, which is going to happen in July, showcasing some of our offerings to the people. So other services we are providing also is to highlight the importance of this crisis. This is an emerging crisis. As you can see, as baby boomers get older, the next generation of Gen X will follow, and soon enough millennials will not be the young millennials we are talking about, they are going to. So this is a problem which is only growing faster than we can contain. So we want to make sure that we are raising awareness about what it takes to care for an aged person, especially with the one who is dealing with the dementia. So we have started a blog series to raise the awareness, and we are also raising awareness about all the latest trials and research that is underway. One thing, since people are not able to determine that they actually have dementia, there are sometimes it happens that the doctors, the physicians cannot find enough participants in some of these trials. So we want to make sure we raise awareness of everything that is going on in terms of research. People will raise their hands to participate, which will accelerate the finding of their cure. So those are some of the additional services Amicus Brain is providing. Let me stop here. I do have some time. And I've done a number of things in AI over a course of, you can imagine, 25 plus years. So I wanted to focus on something that would resonate with you in terms of how AI can actually be used to solve some really large societal issues. So thank you.
Thank you, Chitra.